What's up, GQ? I'm Stephen Curry, and today I'm going undercover on the internet. It's actually me. Instagram. Honestly, who's a better shooter, you or Clay? I'm glad I'm sitting in this seat right now and not him, because I get the answer and not him, and it's definitely me. But every great shooter feels like they can beat whoever the next best shooter is. But the fact that he shoots the ball so well, I gotta be on my A game to beat him no matter when it is. Be honest, who played the best defense against you? Ooh, that's a great question. Honestly, my brother, because he knows my game so well, and there's always that kind of vibe of him disarming me when I'm out there, because I feel like, you know, I'm so proud to see my brother out there on the court. I kind of get lost in that moment. But outside of Seth, I'd probably say Tony Allen or Avery Bradley. Posted. I gotta ask, fully healthy, do you believe the Warriors with KD could have beat the '96 Bulls in a 7-game finals? Absolutely. Obviously, we will never know, but you put us on paper with them, I like our chances. I'd say dubs in 6, too. Let's check Twitter. I wonder if Steph's ankle injuries ever affected him mentally. Like, did he ever lose faith? There were plenty of times that I doubted myself. All I wanted to do was just be healthy and play, and then worry about being great on the court later. But when you're in those moments, you know, doing rehab and it becomes really monotonous, it is hard. You gotta have a good support system around you, and thankfully I did. Who would win a free throw shootout, Seth or Steph Curry? I don't even have to, it's not a long answer, it's me. Big brother always gonna win. Is Steph Curry even a point guard? How can you be a point guard when you play off the ball more than on the ball? How are you a point guard when your power forward facilitates the offense more than you? Steph Curry is a shooting guard. He's not the main ball handler for his team. I would have to say you're right, and you have a lot of questions, but it doesn't really matter what position you play, it's just can you play basketball? And we just figured it out. So you gonna call Draymond the point guard and me the shooting guard? Sounds great. Now on the core. How can Stephen Curry be stopped? What did Bron say that one time? You don't? I like that line. I had to steal it from him. I like that one. How can I shoot like Curry? Everybody thinks they can shoot from, 20, 30, 40 feet. I've been developing muscle memory since I was basically 5 years old when I started playing organized basketball. So you gotta put in the hours, but it only comes with reps. However many shots I've taken since I was 5, you gotta shoot that many shots. Who do you take, Prime Iverson or Steph Curry? That is a great question. Everybody remembers that time I tried cornrows. I would take Prime Iverson cornrows over Prime Steph cornrows first and foremost. But on the court, I modeled a lot of the ball handling stuff after what AI did, but still got to bet on myself without the cornrows. Why don't the referees call traveling on Steph Curry? There are probably like 3 things that NBA players never do. We never travel, we've never fouled anybody, and we never want to come out of the game. So you have to kind of abide by those if you want to play in the NBA. TikTok. What does Curry do in the halftime with his teammates? If we're winning, we're telling jokes, we're motivating each other, we're having a good time. If we're losing, most likely somebody's getting yelled at by Draymond, and we're trying to figure it out so we can turn it around in the second half. But sometimes I do check my Twitter too, see all the hate or the praise coming in. Just depends on how the game's going. Let's see more on Instagram. Before you got drafted, was there a team you were looking forward to going to? I absolutely was wanting to go to the Knicks. The draft was in New York. It was my dad's birthday, June 25th, 2009. I had a lot of conversations with the GM of the New York at the time who said if I was on the board, they'd pick me. So there's a lot of hype because being in New York, I thought I was gonna be a New York Knick, but they always say careful what you wish for. Everything happened the way it was supposed to be, so I'm a warrior. Who is really the best Chef Curry in the kitchen? So I learned a lesson from my wife that Chef Curry is not my nickname. I know a lot of the fans use it, but she is called dibs on that. She is the real Chef Curry with the pot. Reddit. After tonight's games, Steph Curry, 27.6 points per game, and Kevin Durant, 29.5 points per game, are currently second and first in scoring, both on insane efficiency. Is it fair to consider them on their own tier apart from the rest of the league as scorers right now? I've always admired the way KD gets it done, obviously playing against him for many years and being his teammate for 3 years. He is the most gifted scorer in terms of being able to get a shot off. But when it comes to just overall skill and the way that I try to get it done at 6'3", if I'm in that comparison and at the top of the league in terms of scoring, then I'm doing something right. Is Stephen Curry the only top 15 player of all time under 6'3"? I think, who does 6? I got Isaiah Thomas. I don't do the rankings, but if you give me the 6'3" and under crown, I'll take it. I would definitely take it. Steph with no mercy on the fans too. Did Steph take the kid's shoes? That would truly be no mercy. Let him keep his shoes, but the kid asked for a fair competition, and I beat him fair and square, so I had to sign the poster to make sure he had a souvenir from the Battle Royale and rock, paper, scissors, but I had to make sure I wrote I won on the top so he remembered. Maybe it'll motivate him and he'll have a story to tell one day. More Cora. Why can't Steph Curry dunk? Can't be good at everything, big fella. Why did Steph Curry get skipped by 7 teams in the NBA draft? I was asking that same question when I was sitting in the green room, but I've always been a late bloomer too, so maybe I didn't pass the eye test in terms of being able to play on this level physically, but again, the right team picked me at the right spot, and the rest is history. Will Steph Curry ever win another title? Absolutely. Back to Twitter. Seth MacFarlane, Steph Curry, Good Times reboot? Huh? I asked myself the same questions, but we doing it. We wanted to bring the Good Times show back and bring some of the hilarity, some of the good conversations, and animate it. So who better to work with than Seth MacFarlane? Hold it, Steph Curry has an actual Steph Curry has an actual vision problem and shoots lights out like he does with context. The reason I found out I couldn't see very well is because our GM, Bob Myers, saw me on TV one time just squinting, looking at the scoreboard, and he came up and asked me, he's like, can you actually see? And I was like, no, I just see the color orange really well, and usually from about 25 feet. Stephen Curry 30 just wanted to ask, when did you first start out playing golf? I'm getting my girls ages 11 and 9 into beginner lessons, and I'm hoping I can get into it also at my age. It is never too late to start playing golf. It is one of the great pastimes that no matter when you start, you can hopefully play for the rest of your life. And the fact that you're getting your girls into it is unbelievable, because I started at the same age, right at 10, and took my first lesson and fell in love with it. It's my hobby, but it's more of a passion. What are they talking about? The fact that I could get Michael Jordan on a golf course to talk about the Ryder Cup is probably one of the biggest accomplishments of my life. It's a lot of crossover between golf and basketball in terms of competitive fire and the pursuit of perfection, so we had a lot of things to cover on that one. Who's the best Curry, Dell, Seth, or Steph? I'm assuming we're talking basketball, and if we are, we're talking about me. But my dad always says, you're only as good as your last game, and the last time we all played horse, my dad won, so he's still wearing the crown, I guess, in the Curry family backyard battles. Wikipedia. In his first collegiate game against Eastern Michigan, Curry finished with 15 points, but committed 13 turnovers. That is absolutely true. They never told me there was such thing as a bad double-double. And I found out the hard way that there is. I had 9 at the halftime, and one of the greatest things that's ever happened to me is my coach. He called out my lack of discipline, taking care of the ball, but he kept me in the game in the second half. But the next game, I had so much more confidence because my coach had confidence in me. In honor of their 2015 championship, Golden State visited the White House, and President Barack Obama opined that Thompson's jump shot was actually a little prettier than Curry's. That is an actual fact. He said that, and I would also argue that he's right. I would definitely classify Clay's jumper as prettier. There are a lot of different ways to get it done, and if you look at the greatest shooters in history, everybody shoots differently, so you have to master your own form and your own shot. All right, let's see some YouTube comments. Is it just me, or is there something about the Warriors with off-ball movement and clever passing that just makes the NBA feel so much fun? Everybody who enjoys the game of basketball, the way that 5 guys work together on every possession to either create a shot or get somebody open or set a screen or move it out the ball. Basketball purists love it. I'm one of those. It's such a fun way to play the game because everybody feels involved. You get as much pleasure out of scoring the ball as you do getting the assist, as you do, setting the screen to get somebody open. So it's the way that I learned how to play the game, and I'm glad that I could bring that system and make it successful in the NBA. Because it is hard to do. You gotta have a lot of high IQ guys on the floor to make it happen. I wonder what Steph Curry's favorite 3-1 joke is. None of them. But I seem to not be able to run away from him. So I always just go back and admire the fact that we made 5 straight finals. I do ignore 2016 though. All right, that's it. I'm signing out. Peace.